Starting up front, this is where the Telluride establishes its identity. Kia didn't try to make it look like a disguised sporty crossover. And it gives the presence that many three-row SUVs simply cannot match. The X-Line gives it this really cool black package, black wheels, black mirrors, black top. I love the way this looks. It looks so sinister and aggressive. The X-Line also has the all-wheel drive, increased ground clearance, and a self-leveling rear suspension. Now, nobody buying a Telluride is going to go rock crawling. The roof line stays relatively upright, the proportions are clean, and Kia resisted the temptation to make it look like an oversized coupe. This isn't a styling decision. It helps preserve the headroom inside in third rows, and it gives you more usable cargo space. Speaking of cargo space, look at the inside. These fold down. You get a ton of cargo room back there, but it's also great for 7 full passengers. You have your pull downs right there, and you also have your 12-volt adapter. It has a hidden factory tow package with sway control, and it's not pretending to be a heavy-duty tow vehicle, but it gives you some flexibility if you have a little camper or a boat. Underneath the hood is something that may be one of Telluride's biggest selling points. This is a Kia's naturally aspirated 3.8-liter V6. No turbochargers, no hybrids, none of it. 291 horsepower. The goal is smooth, predictable power mated to its transmission. Inside is exactly where the Telluride made the biggest impression when it first arrived, because this didn't look or feel like what people's interpretation of Kia was. You get this massive dashboard, all digital, but they still didn't eliminate all of the physical buttons, which I love. Look at the X-Line on the seats, the really cool stitching. The X-Line certainly adds more rugged personality, but this is designed primarily around comfort. The black interior looks clean and upscale. There's plenty of storage in the center console, and overall, the design still feels extremely current. There are some harder plastics as you look lower in the cabin, but they are very well presented. From the driver's seat, the Telluride feels substantial without feeling enormous. The seating position is amazing. You don't need to search through several touchscreens or menus just to adjust something simple, and that matters when you're carrying around your family. But I've never met a person or a family that bought a 3-row SUV just for themselves. In the second row, there's plenty of legroom and headroom, and that's where families are going to spend most of their time. You also have dedicated climate vents right here. So the big question is, can an adult sit back there in these 3 seats? And the answer is surprisingly yes. First impressions. This is where the Kia Telluride needs to prove itself. This is one of those vehicles you get in and you're like, oh, it's a Kia. And then you get in it and you're like, oh, it's a Kia. This is great. It's so comfortable. It's so well laid out. You're high up off the ground enough that you feel a little bit more confidence as you're driving. And it's really quiet in here. You know, one of the big knocks on Kia is that it was the cheap car for the longest time. Well, Kia is no longer the cheap car. Kia is now becoming a standard because the cars are reliable, because the cars are quality made. Everything about this car says quality. Everything about this car says comfort, and everything about this car says family value. This is impressive. The digital screens make it look super, super modern. You still get your buttons down low, which is great. Something about the Telluride that nobody states. This thing has good power to it. Now, it's not going to pin you to the back of your seats, but with a normally aspirated, non-turbocharged, non-hybrid 291 horsepower, you've got some serious power, and you've also have some serious fuel economy. That's key about these cars. They have great fuel economy. They have all of the lane keeping assist. This one even has the heads-up display. And it just shows you how far Kia has come. Now, there are no rattles in this car. There are no squeaks. The plastic isn't cheap looking. You got this nice faux wood dashboard. It's really well crafted. And that's kind of cool because it gives you that feeling like, okay, I'm in something that's going to last me a long time. Kia warranties their engines for 10 years for a reason, because they're just that good. That's also cool right there. Right there, I don't know if you could see it, but my mirror view on the side comes up right there on the dash. So I could actually see who's beside me without even looking over at the mirror on the other side of the car. And it does the same thing for this side, which I think is a great little feature. It tells you how fast you're going, everything. Very, very cool feature. And that is nice and techy, but it's smart techy. This is the tech of stuff that is making you feel confident in the car. The other thing it has is amazing brakes, as we all know. Push on the brakes, and they close up nicely. And the steering, while it's a big car, is light, but has some weight to it right here, just as you get to the apex of your corner, to keep you stable on the corner. That is safety. Family safety. That's key in any type of vehicle, especially when you have your vehicle transporting the most precious asset you have, which is your family. Again, acceleration, it's not going to put you to the back of the seat, but it's responsive. The other thing is, how does it handle a bump? What bump? No, really, what bump? It doesn't feel the bumps, which is fantastic. The cornering is light and agile. A little bit of top heaviness, which is something to expect, but the weight of the steering wheel is so nice and impressive. Ride quality is another reason why people like Kias, because honestly, it's impressive. It's really luxurious in here, and you wouldn't expect that out of a Kia. You expect that out of a Kia. As I mentioned before, the value proposition of the Kia cannot be understated. It's a fantastic little car. Look, the Telluride may not dominate the segment, but I can certainly understand why it has a great spot in the segment. People like these not because they're expensive. They like them because they travel like an expensive car. It's really great. It's super luxurious. I highly recommend one. I'm completely impressed with this. After spending some time in the Telluride X-Line, it's easy to understand why this has become one of the most popular three-row SUVs on the market. The styling still has road presence. The interior makes really comfortable and easy to use, which is what I love about it. There's genuine space across all three rows, not only for your passengers, but for some supplies. If you're going camping, you tow in a small little camper behind this, maybe you only got 4 people. Fold that down, you got way more room than you think. I can't wait for you to reach out to the Highline group, buy this car, and also, if you like this type of content, please make sure you like, you comment, and subscribe. And remember, it's about the drive.